Okay, understand. So, yeah, I think still related to what Penny present about the need for multidisciplinary study about in many aspects. And my presentation actually coming from, I think the background is still related to lack of multidisciplinary approach in conservation to say. And this is the thing. So in Indonesia, we love drama. I don't know why we love drama, but yeah, we love it. But this one is not really cool if you like it, because there's a lot of drama in setting marine protected area. In Indonesia we call it Taman Nasional or kawasan konservasi and stuff. So yeah, just cross marine protected area. And I don't know, some way there's slight contradictory opinion about if we manage marine area, is it managing nature or managing people? So, I clicked some information from newspaper, and this one maybe you heard already about the Komodo National Park. I never been there actually, to be honest, but this is some story from the Jakarta Post. So, it's really sad actually. You know, the first news here, the government is not doing enough to conserve this World Heritage. Then you say there. Second one of the suspects was shot, killed. They are the fishermen. There are people here in Indonesia. When they going to fish, okay, they're doing bad things, using bomb, but just to feed their family, and now they get killed. And there's the story about, okay, we have the MPA, Marine Protection Area, Marine Reserve. Are they really benefiting local people, local communities? And we see here that fishermen completely ignore the zoning and the resource use. So what happened actually things that happen to the MPA, because MPA is good things. There are a lot of good science already proved that MPA doing very good to increase abundance of fish, spillover good for fishing stuff. But what happened actually here? So the background is, we know that marine ecosystems under threat for many pressure. You can name it. Sedimentation. If you live in Singapore, you know Bintan. A lot of good resort there, a lot of good coral. Used to be good coral, but this sedimentation is really bad. Or pollution. You can just go to the north of Jakarta and you see the pollution. Or bigger things, climate change. 1997, 2009, 2010, we have coral bleaching, mass coral bleaching. In Malaysia, radar should be, I think it's close, or Tioman. We also have the coral bleaching in Thailand, in Kocha, Kotao, and Aceh, as well in Indonesia, in Bali. So we have a lot of pressure, and this marine protected area is like very popular now. It's just like the idol. It's like marine idol. Like everyone want to have marine protected area because they're cool. Yeah, because I mean the terminology is you protect the area ecosystem also give benefit to people. But nothing. You know that this MPA will working in social ecological system where there's ecosystem and also there are people also there. So you have to consider both aspects. But the fact is most of the MPA develop only from ecological perspective. You lose people in your when you decide to establish your MPA. Maybe you put it there like in our regulation. We say there should be a socio-economic consideration, but what socio-economic consideration? And this is just to make it more cool. This is from Eleanor Ostrom framework that we know when we're working in the social ecological system, things is connected, everything is connected. We have the resource system, let's say marine ecosystem, and you have resource unit, the fish. And this fish is not just talk to other fish, they also talk to people, to the fishermen. And literally, if you went to Komodo, there's one dive master there that able to call fish. You dive, he can call fish, really. It's true. So, I mean, everything is interact, and that interaction will affect both systems, the social system and the human system, and the ecological stuff. So yeah, so we need to understand it. Then next, if we fail to understand the human, then this good tool, the MPA, will fail because you can get the most the advantage of this very good tool. And the worst case scenario is there will be social tension, conflict, disruption in your society, because the fishermen used to be catching fish there, and the access now is prohibited. Maybe it's very good for them because you can protect their stock of fish, but in some way, in psychological aspect or social aspect, it will change their behavior of life. And the worst thing is there will be violence, just like the one I saw in the news. Next. So my hypothesis is there must be something wrong when we develop the MPA. There's lack of understanding to the social aspect, and it's not just about where to put the MPA or how big, how small, but it's about managing people preference. Because these people living in near the coastal area already have their preference. This area should be spiritual, sacred place. You remember yesterday, Dr. Mubarak said a story about in Manado, when the sacred place is like open for access for fishing. And sometimes we didn't really consider that stuff, which is more important than spawning aggregation site or high abundance fish. Next. So this is what happened. Most of the MPA that we used to develop here is basically mainly it's like driven by biocentric orientation. So people that praise nature, oh, nature should be conserved, but forget about the anthropogenic aspect. I would say it's more like donor driven. So the donor already said you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, without thinking about the local needs there. The next one is we should fail to understand and map the community, what actually the community want for their area. And the last one, I think is the worst thing, is we try to control value, people's belief about nature, which is the hardest thing. Next. So we know that ecosystem provides a lot of benefit for us, even the process provide benefit for us. There will be ecological value, there will be social value, and also economic value. But when we decide the NPL, why we just using the ecological value? Why we not consider equally consider the social cultural value? And when you only consider half of the function in your decision making, then that's the thing that happen. Your NPL will fail. Next. So I have the prescription. I look to be a doctor, but I don't know. I just a doctor of fish. So this is my prescription if you want to have a failed MBA. First one, you don't need to care about social or cultural system. Forget it. The next one, neglect community support. You don't need community support. The third one is focus on your agenda. Then forget again the local needs. The next prescription for your failing MBA is if you see potential conflict there, nourish it. Or maybe you can fuel it, give it more tension. The next one is one size fits all strategy. So if in Australia or in the US they say you need to have an alternative livelihood. What is it? Tourism. Okay, let's have tourism in all of our MBA. They will work. That's fine. And the next one is monitoring and evaluation. Don't do that, monitor. Don't do that. Just wasting your money. There's nothing can you see because it's just long term. And if you do all this stuff, you will success to have failed MBA. Trust me. The next one. I just doom side. Now we need to talk about being optimist. So what we can do from the human dimension as a human perspective is what we really need is getting the right house. Not just about bringing your agenda, but sitting with the people, understand what is actually the meaning of this area, and also meaningfully involve them, not just like bringing them to your meeting, and then, okay sir, we want to have MBA. Thank you very much for coming. Let's eat or drink. Okay, that's all. It's not meaningfully involved them. It's just asking them for, I don't know, just asking them, like inviting them for food and drink. That's all. It's not meaningfully. And there must be people that impacted from any kind of intervention, and you should manage them. And if you see this from human dimension, you will see a lot of tools to do this. Please don't just use or bring all the stuff you hear in the Australia or US that have very good science about this, but you need to adapt to adjust this to our culture here in Indonesia. I think that's the wise way. Just make a funny joke, hopefully it's funny. If you see a dog, whoop, whoop, whoop. In Australia we eat a lot of dog. Even we have the registration for the dog, the tag number. And some people they can't live without the dog, even if there's disaster. Now seeing it from Indonesian perspective, not really Indonesian, all Indonesian. In Timor, or in North Sulawesi, or even from South Sulawesi, from my place, if you see dog, and dog also is part of our culture, every dog should have a dog. But if we see dog like walking there, we will see, yummy. It's just it's very, very harsh example, but we see things differently. And if you want to use the system that from another culture, you need to adjust that to the culture of the locals. So next, here's some tools that we can use or can be adapted to improve the human dimension aspect of your MBA. The first one, you can use assessing the dependency and effects of the community to the area. For example, fishermen, they may have very strong dependency, but not all fishermen have very strong dependency. Maybe just if you protect coral reef area, the fishermen that fish for the coral fish, reef fish will be strongly affected, but maybe not for the pelagic fish or the fishing. So let's start. So, and the best one, I think the last one about communicating NPS. We have a lot of good story from our grandfather about the local wisdom of how we manage our marine system. Why we need to use the other system if there's already a system that already proven and success. We will have a story from Raja Ampat about Sasi. I think this room at 3 about Sasi. It's works. We have story about friends from Aceh there, then WCS, FFI, working with Panglima Laut, and it's success. Why we not just leverage all this traditional approach into bigger picture, not just adopting new things? Because new things need another energy, time to adapt. Next one. And yeah, it's quite complicated, but the idea is this is the tool in modern science that we use when we develop conservation planning, and that's the framework of Ostrom of how things connected. Actually, you can bring all that stuff there, social ecological system, into your planning. So it's possible to have social aspect and ecological aspect into your conservation planning. So social science, some people think social science is not science because it's not quantitative, but it can be work as well. Next. And this is just a story case study from Bali. So in Bali last year we had bad coral bleaching. Some places we got like 50% coral bleaching or increasing sea temperature. So we want to have good coral reef and the benefit communities. So what we need to do is we need to have information from ecological assessment and also information from social. So there should be, for example, here bleaching survey, resilient assessment, all the stuff related to biology. And you need to also have survey or monitoring for like more social aspect, tourist diver perception, because it's tourism area, and social resilient ecosystem services. Next. And this is what we got. We know which area that really affected by the coral bleaching, that have high mortality, but we know also from the social information which area that should be managed in terms of from the perspective of social. For example, in the west side of Bali, the problem is not really about the coral bleaching, but it's about managing tourism. And the other side, if you go there and you see that, okay, this area have very good recovery. So what I want to see is show here that not every area, even in a small island, will have the same strategy, because there will be social and ecological aspect that will affect them. So the problem and the solution will be different. The next one. So this is my conclusion. Again, for your failing MPA. If you fail to design your MPA, then you will harvest the things there, lack support, conflict, etc. But if you're working down here, you have the right cost for your MPA, you manage the impact, and you meaningfully support your stakeholder, then maybe hopefully your MPA will happily ever after. And the last one. Yeah, thank you. So this is my word. Human dimension aspect must be determined effect of MPAs. You ignore them, you get social cost. But if you respect the human aspect there, and you get social benefit. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have time for one